Hey, Billy back here. I'm talking about NXT Takeover War Games 2020. So this event was on December 6th. I had the chance to watch it on Monday night. And let me tell you, there was hype leading up to this. Some weeks, some of the matches in NXT are kind of in it, but let me tell you this, the talent or not, they're great, and they never disappoint when it comes to the takeovers. I've always enjoyed the NXT takeover matches. So here is what we had happen. So they kick off the show with some awesome music, which is what NXT is known for. A good, brief, concise video package that doesn't overstay its welcome. That's one thing I like about NXT. They get right to business. They don't sit there and do 20-minute videos or anything. So you had Team Candice LeRae. So it was Captain Candice LeRae with Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Tony Storm against Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai. And of course, they had a ladder match that gave Team Blackheart the advantage. So, but is it really an advantage? Because yes, you get to have number three come in. So, so it's like one, two. It goes like it starts out with a member of each team, and then since Blackheart's team had the advantage, they got the person in a number three. But then Team LeRae gets the last person to enter the match. They get the fresher person at the end, so you don't know really if it is that great or not. This event was held at the NXT Capital Wrestling Center, and here's what we had happen. The first matchup, like I said, was the women's War Games matchup. So they started out with Dakota Kai and Ember Moon, and these two tore it up. And then and they kind of went back and forth until all of them got in. However, Io couldn't get into the ring. Tony Storm tied her belt around, held her belt around the cage door, so she couldn't get in. Very creative there. I liked that. Eventually, Io got tired of the shenanigans, climbed on top of the ladder, put a trash can over her head and top of her body, and just jumped. A very bold, brave move. These women tore the house down. They all have talent. I've seen these women on NXT. Rhea Ripley, we know what she can do with Charlotte at WrestleMania. Io is great. Shotzi and Ember are both great. Candice, Dakota, Raquel, and Tony. And the person who had to prove the most, I think, was Raquel because she hasn't had a lot of matches. So, I mean, she's dominant when it comes to her strength, and she's great in the ring. They just needed to establish her more. So, what ended up happening was Raquel got the victory, but this was a great, hard hitting match. I'm biased. My team won. I was cheering for Team Candice LeRae. Dakota Kai is my favorite wrestler in NXT. She continues to show just how talented she is and started out this match. Candice, of course, great. The team captain Raquel needed the pin to establish her more as just not just a bigger, stronger person, but also great in the ring. Tony Storm was great. What's fun about War Games is as each person enters the fray, it tells a story. So yeah, it tells a story. So when you have two people in, it's one way, and then when the third person comes in, it just increases the improvement for the story. Because Shotzi came in third, and those two double teamed on Dakota Kai. We thought it was over. Raquel came in, and then you had Rhea come in, and then you had Tony Storm come in, you had Io come in, who couldn't get in, and then you had Candice come in. And the rules are cool because the first in number three comes in after 5 minutes, and then it's every 3 minutes after until all have entered. And War Games doesn't officially begin until everyone enters. Because I like it because they're just trying to psychologically, physically get the advantage by beating up everybody. So they're not really able to, win the match early, but they could basically get the other team out of it early. So this was a good match. It was old school. If you just like wrestling, NXT takeovers are for you. Trust me, you will not be disappointed by tuning into these. They're very great. There's always action packed and always fun. Next up, Tommaso Ciampa beat Timothy Thatcher in a matchup. These two beat the holy hell out of each other. It was a very technical match. Once again, the story told in the ring. Ciampa gets a good victory here. It does not hurt Thatcher. He's great. Dexter Loomis and Cameron Grimes hit a strap match. Now Cameron Grimes been in this weird, goofy, I'm scared gimmick. But this match, they actually did really well. And yes, Dexter did win, but Cameron Grimes did not look weak losing. He actually looked pretty tough. And then we have the triple threat match for the North American Championship. So you had Leon Ruff defending against Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano. Of course, previously the story was Priest was joking to help, and Ruff is like, "Oh, you think I'm a joke?" And he slapped him. What happened was they beat the hell out of each other for a while. Leon Ruff goes through the barricade and glass, like top part. So he goes backstage to be medically attended to. They're still beating each other up. He comes back out later in the match looking on fire, and then people dressed as Ghostface get involved, and through the chaos and distraction, Johnny Gargano wins. I don't mind this. I like Gargano, and because they have him as a heel for some reason, it works for his character being that guy that just takes advantage of situations and wins. The main event, the Undisputed Era, went up against Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan. Pat McAfee, still new to wrestling, did a swanton off the top of the cage onto everybody else. He needs the most, I would say, credibility established. He had a good match against Adam Cole, but he needed another one. So his team lost, but it didn't make him look weak. They had the table with each of the Undisputed Era members' names on it, and it was fun and interesting, and it didn't come to fruition. They didn't get everybody through their name tables. But excuse me, this match went 45 minutes. And oh my god, it was just hard hitting, fast paced, nonstop. And they beat the holy hell of each other. At one point, they had everybody except for McAfee against the cage from Pat McAfee's team and just kept diving into them, smashing them into the cage. They were pinned between the ropes and the cage, and they were taking a beating. And then the Spirit Era wins. It does not make McAfee's team look weak. They fought, and McAfee kicked out of the sunset flip move, but damn good match, damn good pay-per-view. Takeover once again does not disappoint. I'm going to go ahead and give it the full 5 out of 5. It was from start to finish action packed. It wasn't disappointing. A lot of cool moments. If you have not watched it, go to WWE Network, check it out. It is worth every penny to buy the subscription. You will not be disappointed. That's all I have for you guys. Until next time, stay safe.